are those that think that if there's land, it needs to be exploited. But there are ways of exploiting the land that don't involve tearing it up. One way is to make a national park. That the two U.S. senators here in New Mexico have just created two national parks. One of which is right next to us, which is the Valles Caldera.
Caldera was a private ranch given to the Baca family in 1860, and it was in private hands all the way up until the year 2000, when the United States government purchased it from the ranch owner at the time. And then just last October, we moved to the Park Service. So Congress was moving us from one group to another here. Valles Caldera National Preserve is in the center of the Jemez Mountains. The Jemez Mountains are about 14 million years old. They formed at the intersection of two major fault lines, the Rio Grande Rift Valley and the Jemez Lineament. And between those two, it created a crack in the Earth's crust, which was a weak point. So the magma from the mantle kept pushing up and formed this mountain range. And over the millions of years, it's been like a nest of volcanoes, if you will, a volcanic field, constantly erupting back and forth. 1.25 million years ago, there was a huge eruption that created the caldera that is now the Valles Caldera, 12 to 15 miles in diameter. And it blew pumice and ash into Oklahoma and Texas and part of points east. I'm sure it was an eruption that was felt throughout North America. Since that time, it has created a series of 15 additional eruptions that have built up mountains on the inside of the caldera. So we have this massive caldera, a ring of mountains, and then a huge mountain in the middle that's the main resurgent dome called Redundant Peak. That dome is over 11,250 feet tall right now. So it's built up over the last million years and created this enormously complex geologic landscape. The Jemez Mountains is a dormant volcano. It's not extinct, so it will erupt again. The last eruption was 68,000 years ago. The one before that was 75,000 years ago, so only about a 7,000 year period in between those two eruptions. Are we due for one soon? Who knows? Hopefully not today, but it does have the potential to erupt again. But so far, the seismographic data for the preserve looks very calm. One of the volcanic features of the Jemez Mountains are hot springs. And so there are hot springs on the Rio San Antonio. There are hot springs down in the lower valley of San Diego Canyon, which is the river that broke out of the caldera a million years ago when the lake finally filled up and got over the top. So there's Spence Hot Springs, and then Jemez Springs is a bathhouse area that was developed about 100 years ago. And so you can take hot baths there and relax in the tubs, the stone tubs and whatnot. So it's really pleasant. Temperature is about 180 degrees water temperature. And so you have to cool it down with cold water from the stream to make it tolerable. Hot tub temperatures are about 104 to 106. So you got to bring that temperature down, otherwise you'll cook.
Exploit the beauty and the wonder and the glory of science that's sitting here right in your backyard. And for, I don't know what it is, $6 to get into the door? Come on. You can't find any kind of entertainment for $6. Try to get that kind of entertainment at Disneyland. I wish you luck.